Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing the shernbao High Velocity Professional Dog Grooming Forced Hair Dryer. I've had this for two and a half years now, and I'll go over the pros and cons of this as well as any secret tips that I've learned along the way. So starting out, this comes in different colors, but my wife is the one who purchased this, and we have a female dog, so she got pink. It matches her branding, I guess you could say. It's really nice hair dryer, especially if you're giving your dog frequent baths and you don't want him running around the house all wet, or if you're a professional groomer and you need to get the dogs dry before they can go back home, or even if you're doing like showing dogs. So lots of use cases, but this is good for just regular people like ourselves who don't want our dog going outside and getting muddy after a bath, or they need to go outside and it's cold and snowy or anything like that, so they could dry off quickly. Now it comes with two heads, so we have the standard head here, which is just kind of a spray straight forward, pushes the air out straight forward, and then you have this, which is kind of like a wide angle lens on a camera. You could see the difference here if I hold them up side by side. So you could see one is a little bit wider. This is going to spray the air outwards. The cord for this is pretty long. It's not as long as, say, a vacuum or anything like that. But it gets the job done, right? Because this isn't like a vacuum where you're going to be running around the entire house, right? So that's a pretty good cord length. I have a lot extra. I'm about 5 feet from the outlet and I have all this extra. So might be about 8, 9, 10 feet. I'm not very good with lengths, but it's somewhere around that length. So it's pretty long. And then on top of that, you have this long hose, which can stretch out. So I could pull this out. The only thing is if you pull too hard, it's going to actually start moving the unit, because the dryer itself is not incredibly heavy. You can easily lift it with one hand. If you have back issues, always lift with your legs. But if you have back issues, hopefully you already know that. Very simple to use. So I'll just grab this. There's some dirt and stuff on the floor, and I'll show you that, because what happened is we got this a couple of years ago, and my dog had her hearing and it was normal, but it started failing. She's now partially deaf, and so she can't hear regular volume noises. She can hear us if we shout. She can hear loud bangs, things like that. And when she can hear a noise, it starts to startle her. And so oftentimes, if she doesn't see it and I turn it on, she's going to get scared. So I've put her in the other room for this. But anyway, so you have a little knob here. So you have min over on this side, you have max on the other side, so you could turn it down. So one secret tip is when you're introducing your dog to the hairdryer, what you want to do is start it on minimum, and maybe not even do it after you've given them a bath, right? Just turn it on in the room, let them hear it, let them see that it's okay, it's not going to hurt them, anything like that. Then when you give them a bath the first time, start off on the lowest setting, and then work your way up to the setting that you need, right? And that's going to differ based on your dog's length of hair and how wet they are. I do recommend, once they get out of the bath, let them do their initial shake off, right? They'll just habitually do that. Take a regular bath towel, dry them off with that. And then what you can do is pull this out and get the excess water that you couldn't get off with the towel. That's what's going to be effective here, because this does use energy, right? You could just use a towel, get a lot of the first layer, the excess water off, and then get the last bits off with this. That's typically what I do. Another secret tip, if your dog has like wavy or curly hair like mine does, and they're susceptible to matting, it's a good idea before you give them a bath to go ahead and brush them, because the water will make the mats worse. And then after you get them out, dry them with a towel, and then you can use a comb or a brush at the same time as you're drying them with the hair dryer, and that will also help reduce the possibility of mats. So without further ado, let's go ahead and, I think I showed you could turn this really simple. It just locks, right? I can't go past that and I can't go past that. So I had to put some stuff away because this does have some kick even on low. So it's going to be kind of loud. I won't be able to talk, so here we go. I'll just turn it on. So there we go. I kind of showed you this because my daughter has hanged some of her paintings on the walls, and you can see that even from this distance, I'm able to really blast them. So it's very powerful. I wanted to show you the stuff on the ground getting blown away, but it just happened so fast. And this is another thing. If you have a dog present, make sure that you're holding on to the hose because it will just flop around. I'll show you that. So it's on the lowest setting. I'll show you that real quick, and then I'll turn it the other way this time. So you can see you kind of got to be careful with this when you're using it, right? This back end is the heated option. This is just air. So depending on whether you need the heat or not, this is a good option. So really easy to take it off too. There's just a locking mechanism here. You could twist this and then pull it out and then easily stow that. The same locking mechanism is used throughout, so it's really simple. Just grab this other head that got knocked away. So you just put it in there. Kind of is obvious with the little tabs where to put it, and then you could just swap them out. So it's very easy to do. And then if you don't have a lot of space to store this, you could take this off, and then you just have to worry about the footprint of the main body, and then the hose can go kind of in. I do like that it has the 4 footrest that makes it really stable. As I showed earlier, it's not a heavy device though, so as I showed, if you're pulling this, it's not gonna, it's gonna move, right? But it's not gonna tip over or anything like that. I've never had it tip over. Overall, it's a really great unit. I use it every time that we give my dog a bath just because she gets the zoomies afterwards. So we'll give her a bath, she'll shake off, and if we don't control her and dry her off quickly, she's gonna be running around the house and getting everything wet and getting her freshly cleaned fur dirty. So this is a really good thing to prevent that. Anyways, that's about all I have to say. I hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.